The time is now 5:01, and I hereby call this Finance Committee meeting of the Flint City Council to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alamin?
Present.
Dr. Lewis?
Present.
Ms. Johnson is not in. Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mushat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Present.
Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 6 members present.
We have 6 members present. Oh, my goodness. Reading of disorderly persons, City Code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 3110, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. Are there any requests for agenda changes or additions?
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I have 2. One is, sorry, I'm looking at the number. One changes a correction for Resolution 250386T. The first resolution on the agenda under resolutions. And we're just going to call it a correction. It's for approving the reallocation of ARPA funds to award $150,000 to the North Flint Food Co-op. The resolution that's on your agenda reads by the city administrator. And the second paragraph says, whereas the city administration recommends reallocating $300,000. The correction is to change the header to by the city council and change that whereas paragraph to whereas the city council recommends reallocating $150,000. So we're just going to switch the one that's on the agenda for this. The substantive part of the resolution doesn't change. The resolve doesn't change. It's just those corrections at the beginning. The second is an add-on resolution.
Request for information.
What's your request?
Never mind. I was wrong.
And, the secretary is handing those out. And the second is an add-on from the administration. It's a resolution to Weinstein Electric Company, change order number 3 for additional electrical services for the wiring of the 12th Street garage in the amount of $148,960. That's an add-on from the administration.
Okay, I'll order that without objection. And that will go, be the last resolution. Thank you. Any other addition or corrections? Changes or additions, excuse me. Okay, hearing none, it's now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box will be placed at the entrance to this council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only 1 speaking opportunity per speaker. Madam Clerk, who is our first speaker?
First speaker is Chris Morris.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, sir. Is that better? Perfect. Good evening, Council. Happy to be here advocating for the North Flint Food Market and with the resolution for the funding request. Exciting week for us here as we opened our doors on the 12th, last Wednesday, to a lot of excitement from the community and a lot of support, from the news and media, and just an outstanding reception. I see a lot of familiar faces that were there to join us and welcome that and shop with us. So thank you very much. I just want to advocate for, the release of these funds in support of the ongoing sustainability of the markets and investment in your constituents. This is Flint's first community-owned grocery store, which I think, is pretty exciting. And, just to see the reaction from the shoppers and the member owners and just the community alike, it's been overwhelming this past week. And we would like to continue to see that investment go and into the people. I think one of the benefits of a co-op and a community-owned grocery store is that, those funds multiply and circle throughout the city. I mean, this is all local investment, so it goes to our staff and their developments and their ongoing training and professional development. And those monies, feed that circular economy there. So unlike some organizations that are headquartered outside, this is 100% local. And we would hope and ask that the city enthusiastically supports, the project and the feat that these individuals were able to pull together over the past 12 years. This has been a 12-year venture for them. So it's just so exciting to see that come to fruition. I know in the past when this has come. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And I just want to advocate because we want all the members to not only, the council members to be not only members of the co-op, you don't have to be a member to shop there, but we would love to have you as members. And I know in the past there, has been thoughts of a conflict of interest. So I know there has been abstention on votes for members that are member owners of the co-op. If there's fear of, any financial conflict, because of when a co-op is profitable, they pay patronage dividends out to their member owners. Right now, that number's around 1,000, and now that with the doors are open, that's growing every day. As I said, I know you wear many hats as council members, and your vote for this is very important to us. So, we would suggest that, we don't want to lose you as members, and if the financial, the potential for patronage dividends is, creating that conflict, we would be happy to work with our board and have a document that you would abstain from any patronage dividends so you can continue to hold your membership and support the market. Yeah, any questions? I guess we're there. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
The next speaker is Arthur Woodson.
All right, let me start off by saying that I have a correction to make. Yesterday, I went live talking about Councilman Leon Elamine and his funds, ward funds, the $30,000. I said that he cut the grass, and he didn't. He used NAC, and they got paid $2,000. But the part that I was correct on was that he got $24,000 to his company for doing porches. He voted to give Neighborhood Hub funds and then turned around and contracted through his company to do the porches, $24,000. What in the world is he doing? The city, he used Abdullah Enterprise. So Tom Watts was not able to catch it. The city caught it. And the city has not reimbursed Neighborhood Engagement Hub their $24,000 that they put up front. This is true because it was spoke about Monday at their board meeting. You cannot vote to give money to somewhere and then turn around and make money off of it. And then all the purchase that was done was your properties, made institute. Damn. Y'all better not pass that resolution for another reconsideration. Liddell, Councilwoman Lewis, yours is in question too, because you did not give any addresses of the grass that you were supposed to cut. So yours are questionable too right now. $24,000, your own company. I'm hoping that you deny it because the paperwork will be out. It's sad. How is it that we can't get ahead because, and then we always screaming, black people need to be in position, but the black people are the ones that's robbing the other black people. We put you in position to help, but you turn around and take. That's sad. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Final speaker for this meeting is David Peachy.
Dave Peachy, 4th Ward. I was looking over this, how much money you guys want to spend, which my community won't see any of it. $720,000 is going to go out the door. $30,000 for each one of you, which I don't know what you do it with. But we're back to the store again, almost $500,000. That store just opened. Shouldn't they be able to? They opened a store. Why am I supporting it? You say it's community. Only one community goes to that store. It isn't the 4th Ward. It isn't the 8th Ward or the 9th Ward. It's the 1st Ward and the 2nd Ward use it. We're supporting all them. The stores we go to is Kroger's, Fresh Farmers, which is so expensive. Both of them are very expensive, but we go to them. We support them. Why should I have to support your I get a little frustrated over this kind of stuff because it just doesn't make any sense. Each one of you guys is going to get $30,000 to spend any way you want, what I understand. If I'm wrong, you can correct me, but I've seen this happen before. My neighborhood could use a lot of this money just to get the blight cleaned up, which we've seen very little of it. You can go along with that, am I right? There's things happening in the 4th Ward that shouldn't be happening anywhere in the city. We have people got camped out where the houses have been torn down. They have actually built roads that go from Bennett to Broadway. Where the houses were, they drive right straight through. There's a field there. They've made roadways through there. Then you go there at night and there's 10 cars sitting in this vacant lot, nice cars, and they got campfires going. Now, gee, what do you think is going on? A Boy Scout meeting? There's drug addicts there. There's prostitutes. They all come right down the street. You can see them. Nothing being done. Oh, we got neighborhood safety officer, whoever the hell that is. You know, he drives around in a white truck all day long. It must be a nice job. I stopped and asked him, so what do you do? Oh, he said, I put stickers on cars. Come on, how about blight? You got blight? Oh, he said, I don't do blight. He said, I can't call the land bank because he can't do anything about it anyway. He puts the sticker on and reports it. It gets very frustrating. If you guys just drove over there once in a while and see how bad it was. They put stones. What's this deal about all these stones around the blighted property? Did you see that?
Some of them.
Now that cures blight when you put stones on. They've stole the stones. And besides that, they just throw the garbage over the goddamn stones. How much money did that cost us? I don't see anything being done for my community. And I'm saying my community because I've lived there for 50 years. And I've come in front of you people so many times. I hope we can do something about it. But don't give that store that money.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
That was the final speaker for this meeting.
Thank you. It's now time for council response. Members, council members who may respond once to all public speakers, only after all public speakers have spoken. An individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone who'd like to do council response? Is there anyone who'd like to respond to the public?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
thank you. I do want to say thank you to the speakers who are here. But there is also being accountable for our 30,000, which is a once in a lifetime amount of money to spend to use it in a way that we should be able to re-see it again. To where we'd be able to kind of share it in our wards to where it would be something substantial. I don't know if that 24,000 Mr. Whitson was spent to his own organization, but that is something through you, Madam Chair, to the city clerk and city attorney. I would like to have a referral to see where was the ward money spent, where did it go, and ultimately where did it end up at, and was it any businesses associated with the council people? I think there needs to be transparency with that. I spent my money on the help center at Bethel United Methodist Church, which has Tuesday through Thursdays. You can go there and get blood pressure testing. You can get cholesterol testing for free, diabetes screening, COVID-19 and flu shots, and testing for free. So that was part of mine. The other part went to Mott Park with the Going Green Garage, to where we have electric mowers, lawn mowers, rakes, blowers, shovels, anything to help beautify your property. And so we had a responsibility to make sure that we use those to where it would be used in the proper way. So I would like to have a referral to see, I believe the fiduciary was neighborhood engagement hub, to see with those, because the community deserves transparency. So I yield the floor.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Anyone else? Dr. Lewis?
Thank you. So I would like to thank our few speakers that came up, and also Mr. Peachy, who's out there in the hall. I know he was talking about how the different wards could use those funds, and a lot of the council people, we use those funds to hit the target, and the target was to benefit the people. And so unfortunately, I hate every time Mr. Woodson comes to the lectern, if he's not calling me a name, it's some kind of crazy accusation. Yes, so as far as my paperwork, please talk to Mr. Tom Wyatt about the paperwork. All of my lots and parcels are documented. So I appreciate that. Please double check that, because we've been cutting and knocking down a lot of grass and bushes in the second ward and make it so bad. We have a video, and I will share that online again. It's called the Second Ward Beautification Project. And so we've been beautifying and also getting the subsequent cuts on the land bank lots. That's what I set out to do with my money, because unlike many other wards, yes, we have a lot of blight. We have a lot of abandoned homes. And this is what the neighbors that come to my neighborhood meeting, this is what they said they wanted done. And that's exactly what we done. So we're looking forward to continue into the next year to do this work. And hopefully my colleagues will support this so we can do great work throughout the entire city. We know that, like Councilwoman Burns said, her money helps support a lot of things in the 6th ward, as well as mine. Councilwoman Priestley, she's knocking down homes. We know that Councilwoman Machette, she's tending to her neighborhood association, as well as other great projects. So we're doing great things with these dollars. And so if it was passed in the budget and the funds are there, there's no reason why we can't take care of our community. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Councilwoman Priestley.
Go ahead.
Thank you to the speakers. Mr. Peachy, I'm going to take my 2 minutes specifically for you. I hear exactly what you were saying. The 4th ward has become what the entire north side once was, right? The entire east side of Flint is now becoming what that once was. And so as we see the reinvestment that is happening on the north end, we need to see that reinvestment begin to happen in the 4th ward. One thing that I will tell you is that Councilwoman Priestley tirelessly advocates. She does. every single solitary day. To the point where, you know, she's taken up trying to figure out, you know, housing, trying to figure out brownfields, just different things that can help the fourth ward. And so what I will do is I will commit myself to helping you kind of figure out how we solve some of the issues that you were talking about. So I'm assuming she has the particular streets where you said some of the blocks had been taken. And so I will commit to helping her figure out, you know, what's another step that can be taken and how she can continue, because she has already gotten rid of so many abandoned buildings. Also, I will commit to having a meeting with Councilwoman Priestley and the Land Bank, because there are some conversations that are well overdue in all of our awards as it pertains to the land bank and some of the properties. And so I think it is time that just as a council that we get a report on what's happening, because I know that there was some funding allocated for demolition of properties. And so I just think it's time that we all get that update. And then additionally, what I will say is I hate when it feels like, because you've been neglected so long, that you feel like it has to be an either or. I feel like we can support and uplift the food market as well as support and uplift the fourth ward. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Anyone else? Go ahead.
I'm just going to piggyback on that and ask you, as well as Councilman Priestley, to bring the land bank in to give us a presentation on demolitions, or whether it be the next finance or this upcoming special affairs. If we could reach out to land bank and do a half-hour presentation, something on where we are, if we're behind schedule, over budget, stuff like that, so that the public can know. I mean, it's been, I think it's been 2 years since we give them money. We haven't heard nothing. So I would have asked the chairs if we can coordinate that and schedule for an upcoming meeting, because it is a pressing matter, because there's still houses in every person's ward that need to come down. And I think from my last count, they are behind schedule. So I would like to hear from them. So if we could coordinate that, that'd be great.
Yep.
And I yield the rest of my
I'm
time.
glad to do that.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
and I would like to say something to that too. In addition to the properties for demolition, you know, I think it'd be a good idea to have Land Bank come in, because we need to talk about the blight on their properties, on the Land Bank properties. And I understand, Mr. Peachy, you know, the blighted properties, they need to be clean. And I don't know if the Land Bank has a blight elimination team or what, but we need to discuss that as well. So I would like that on that discussion too. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? I'm going to take my time. Mr. Peachy, thank you so much for pointing out the two properties you were talking about, the people where they gather every day and the road that goes through. I have spoken to the land bank and informed them of those properties. They're land bank properties. That's what frustrates me so much, because so many of my complaints that I receive are land bank, and I can't force them to do a thing. All I can do is ask them, and they do it on their own timing. And I'd like to get rid of the land bank, 100%. And then in regards to the stones that are in the driveway and stuff, it's supposed to stop them from dumping, but we know they can go around it. And that's what I think they're going to do on that roadway that they've got between Bennett and Broadway. I think they're going to put a log or something there, but they'll just drive around it. But I suspect that's what they will do for that property. All right, that is my time. We are now to the consent reconsideration. We have a reconsideration of Resolution 250371-T, reallocation of funds, ARPA category, City Council Ward priorities. I'll entertain a motion. Is there a motion on this reconsideration?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I move that we reconsider Resolution 250371.
There's a motion on the floor from the councilwoman in the second ward to reconsider 250371. Is there support?
Councilwoman Priestley, may I interject?
Yes, go ahead.
In regards to this reconsideration for the resolution 250 and 371-T, the legal department has been advised that we may need to take a look at whether or not these resolutions need to be vetted by the legal department before they are discussed and voted upon. So we would like at least a couple of weeks to research this. There was a case in 2008, Williamson versus Flint City Council, that we believe may require the legal department to review all resolutions for proper form.
Thank you.
So that would also include 250386-T as well.
Okay, so it is the legal department requesting us not to reconsider it at this time?
At this time, yes, Ms.
Madam
Priestley.
Chair.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
I do understand Attorney Wallace's concerns and the legal department's concerns, but the idea is that the council would not act or approve a resolution that has not been signed off on. If the argument is to approve as to form, it's possible to give this to the legal department so they can approve it as to form. And it could be referred to special affairs. And then at that time, when they also, if it makes it that far, before the council approves it, because if the question is, it needs to be signed off, approved as to form, as opposed to voting on a resolution that's not signed. That's what that legal opinion is about. That's what that judgment was about. I just wanted to point that out to the council.
And if I may follow up on that.
Go ahead.
And that could very well be true, but the city, the attorney's office will need at least a couple of weeks to research this issue, whether or not it has to review all resolutions before they're submitted. So we respectfully request that time to do that.
That's coming from the mayor.
So we do have a motion on the floor to reconsider.
I retract my motion.
Okay, that has been withdrawn.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
So that would die for lack of a second?
Yes, a lack of support, any motion, because the motion was withdrawn. So there is no motion on the floor for this reconsideration.
Motion to adopt the consent agenda?
Okay, there's a motion on the floor by the councilman in the 8th ward to approve the consent agenda. Is there support? Support. Supported by the councilwoman in the 7th ward. Is there any separations?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
250386,
Yep,
250391,
okay.
387,
Okay,
that's all I have.
and that's it?
That's all I have.
Okay. Are there any others? Go ahead.
250388-G.
Okay,
That will be all for me.
okay. Is there anyone else?
389.
389?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
that resolution 250386-T also is included
Yeah, that's
in that
separated.
request.
Yeah, that's why it's
Okay,
separated.
thanks.
Yeah. Any others? Anyone else? We have one resolution then in our consent agenda. That's 250390 to MTech Company for the purchase of 2 sewer cleaning combination trucks for the
Madam
sewer
Chair.
department. Yes, ma'am.
You also have an add-on.
Oh,
number
the
one.
add-on. Thank you so much. I did not write that on my thing. And we have the add-on, which is to Weinstein Electric for additional electric services.
How they can always do electric.
So this is the vote for the consent agenda. Come on, why do you keep going back there?
Mr. Alamin?
Yes.
It's an addition.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
The vote is 9 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 9 yes, 0 no. And my computer is really acting weird today. Give me just a second to update my note. Okay, our first separated resolution is 250386, reallocation.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
motion to postpone indefinitely.
There's a motion on the floor to postpone indefinitely,
Support.
supported by the councilwoman in the 7th ward. The motion was made by the councilman in the 8th ward. This is the vote to postpone indefinitely.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin?
Yes.
Vote is 9 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 9 yes, 0 no. The next resolution is 250391, reallocation of ARPA funds for the North Flint Food Market Cooperative. I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I would like to move this resolution to council.
There's a motion on the floor by the councilwoman in the 2nd ward to send this to council. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by the councilman in the 1st ward. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
So I spoke with Dr. Flynn and stated that I was willing to support 150,000. And so our conversation, he was okay. Then I was told that there was a second one which was put back up there for 300,000 for this probably should have been a reconsideration because it's been before us before several times at 300,000. So his question was, what happened to all the money? And Flint never did a buy-in. Flint actually did do a buy-in underneath Dr. Mayor Karen Weaver. 250,000 was given out of community block grant funds for this project to obtain the building. I did, as I spoke with him when he was here, my last meeting was with Ridgeway White, when he stated he was given the 1.5 million. So he did state at this meeting too, he did not need city council money to open the doors. I did tell him there would be some struggles along the way and some other conversations, but I was willing to do 150, and then we will see 6 months down the road. I am not changing from that. I'm very firm on that. And it is what it is. I had no idea that they were going to, and I'm gonna go through you, Madam Chair, to the city attorney. We have did, Attorney Wallace, resolutions before that we never, we're supposed to be co-equal branches. So to hear it takes, we said 3 weeks to give a legal opinion, that if we have 300,000, we should definitely have 150,000.
Is that a question?
Right. Pardon me?
Is that a question?
Yes, I'm sorry. Councilwoman Winfrey Carter was talking at the same time. I'm sorry. So yes,
I stated we would like respectfully request a couple of weeks, not 3 weeks, to research whether or not all resolutions need to be reviewed by the legal department. before
Okay.
submission.
So I've never seen that before, as long as I've followed Flint City government, that all of them have to be reviewed before we present them. I've never seen that. So that has not been our precedence, and it will slow our process down and how government business will be done.
For information.
What's your request?
Is it just because it's from the city council, or is it because, or is it based on the city administrator ones that they submit too, that they need weeks?
Yeah.
Or is that through, to whom?
The
To me?
speaker, that's the only
Okay.
person I can. send
Yeah,
it to.
well, Attorney Wallace, can you answer that question?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Is it because of the council? Is it the same for the city, the administration, as it is for the council, that before a resolution is created, that it must be reviewed or vetted?
And that's what we want to determine, whether all resolutions that emanate from city council or the administration need to come through the legal department.
So that's kind of late in the vetting process to do that, and will, I think, drastically slow down the business of everything. So thank you for that, for answering. So I am at 150. I'm not doing 300,000. And so if you would like to amend it, my colleagues down, then I will do 150, then we will see. That is my commitment. That was my word that I gave for the market to see. I did speak with Mr. Flynn about when I sat down with Ridgeway, and he did what he promised me he would do. He said he would give 1.5 million, and he did. And when I'm looking at that, he kept his word, because at that point, we were, I think, 4-4. We didn't even have we were stuck at 4-4 for about a year. And so I am willing to do the 150. I'll let my colleagues speak. I'm not going to do a bunch of back and forth. I'm firm on that. If we can see, and through you, Madam Chair, to Mr. Moore, if you can hear, or Mr. Borley, how much do we have in all of our ARPA categories, and what do we have that's available to even use for food access, or any other categories that we could put this in? Borley. And my time is, by the time you get here, it's going to wind down. I'm sorry. Can we get that, please? What's available in the other categories with it being a new business, what we can use, and how much is available?
We can get that information to you pretty quickly.
Okay, that would be great if you, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? I'll take my time. So we recently gave from ARPA $20,000 to established businesses in this city to improve their services. There is a hardware store in the first ward, been in existence for 60 years. We gave them $20,000, and they're struggling, and they're in existence. We gave $20,000 to Luigi's, who put $150,000 into heating and cooling that was required because their system died over the summer. Got another $20,000 for another business that's been in existence for 60 years. Those were grants. I object to giving a new business money in order to make a go of it. If you can't make a go of it, why are you there? You don't need public support to keep going. As a rule, I am not going to vote, besides the fact that my residents have told me over and over and over again, do not support the North Flint Food Market with any ARPA dollars. Not going to support a new business that has cost millions and 12 years to get into existence. Congratulations. I want you to succeed, but you won't succeed with my vote and with city dollars through my vote. Second round, anyone?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, you've been that way since the beginning with the popcorn popper and the pineapple cutter and the cupcakes that you wanted for $1 or whatever. So I do support the market. It's a beautiful market. But I want to make sure we don't know really where our finances are. And I was very comfortable with my decision. I stand on my word when I said, let's come back. The other part is there was a forensic audit. It was a forensic audit that was done. They stated that everything was, some things you couldn't account for. One, COVID. You couldn't account for the price of labor and materials tripling, and sometimes more, and security. So whether it's on the north end or whatever, if it's a good project, I'm going to support it. My ward is probably a 50-50, but one thing that they have said, many of them in the meetings, the multitude of meetings that I go to, I have 6 associations, is that they support growth for the entire city. And when we talk about the entire city and the small micro loans that was given, sometimes they just need to have someone who advocates for them in a positive way. So if your council person isn't advocating for your ward, you may have a problem. There's no limit to, if you have public transportation takes you right there. You can get public transportation, you can get in your vehicle, you can take a Uber, you can order your groceries and get them delivered. But it is a beautiful market. Now that the doors are open, we did have a buy-in, which was under Dr. Mayor Karen Weaver. And with hers, it was $250 to help acquire. The food co-op in Detroit took 14 years to open. It took 14 years. And so as the city with the business, we give Oprahs. We give them all the time. So what's the difference? Just voted for $72 million to give to Ashley Capital. But then they wrote checks to people campaigns. So we're stating that we're going to give to help this market along. I'm comfortable with 150. We can come back. That doesn't mean enough. And let's see, because if you're in the city, we're building a relationship. They'll give a tax break, but they won't give something to help start something. And I have stated the markets in my ward that are really near, we do not have a Kroger on my side of town. The closest Kroger there's only one Kroger in Flint, Ridgefield Road. All the other ones are outside of the city boundaries. And so when we look at the stores that are there, cleanliness is a problem. This store is nice inside, it's clean. You know, they serve hot food, I hear, at a good price. And so if you don't like what's being advocated in your store or in your neighborhood, and you've got problems, you don't like what you see, you wonder why other people are out there getting it done, because they're doing the work and listening to the people. I get streets, sidewalks, demolition. I get it done because I'm doing the work for my residents and I listen to them.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the second round?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I just want to say this. I support the market 100%. I'm a member of the market. And with that, I cannot vote to, I'm going to have to abstain my vote. And I'm not going to rescind my membership. It would be a conflict of interest for me. And I mean, I hope that we can get the votes for the market, but I'm a member. It's a conflict of interest, and I will need to abstain my vote. And that's just it. That's the bottom line. I would think that you already spoke, right? Yeah, and this is the second round. We can
Burns has spoken in
actually.
the second round so far, and you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Right.
this is supposed to be through the chair?
yeah, and we could amend this resolution to make it to the 150,000. So, but how many, I'm gonna yield the floor and let the rest of my colleagues speak, and I've said what I needed to say. Thank you.
Any other discussion in the
Madam
second
Chair.
round? Go ahead.
Thank you. I've stated time and time again, I'm in full support of this market. I believe that we can walk and chew gum at the same time, even though sometimes it seems as though we cannot. We can. And so I believe we can support this market and both uplift and support the fourth ward as well as any other ward. And so with that said, I know we're kind of trying to figure out how this works. I think we have two ways that this can work right now. We can go ahead and let this vote play out, and however it goes, it goes. If for whatever the reason this particular vote is not successful, there is an opportunity to make another motion on this in which you amend. So that's completely up to my colleagues. As I stated, I will gladly be voting yes for this 300,000. I yield.
Any other discussion?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I will not be supporting this today. It's clear that this keeps coming before us with different dollar amounts. And to the point that some of my colleagues have made several times, is they had enough money to open the event center beforehand. And now all of a sudden, they didn't need the money to open, and now we want to give them 150 because we have no idea why? What is this money going to be used for? They came before us before and said that they needed dollars to train employees for the opening. Well, now they're open, so what is this money going to be used for? So I still cannot support this. I can't support 150. I can't support $1, to be honest with you. It's just not going to happen. So I'll yield, and I will continue to not vote for this. Thank you.
Any other discussion?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
thank you. I can respect Councilwoman Priestley because she said from day one that she didn't support you. I can respect that. But it's kind of hard to sit here and hear people say that they support you, but they don't want to give you the amount that you asked for to sustain. You know, you've been coming here for a long time, a very long time, and asking for these funds. And you know, I went to the food market, and man, several hundred of the residents went to the food market, and they saw how instrumental and how important that is to the community. So in good faith, I can't sit here and give you accolades and tell you how much you need it and then shortchange you. I don't think that's fair. But in any event, I do support. And so if the only way that you can get anything is voting for the 150, I'll support that. But I support the 300,000. I support the efforts that you all have put into you're hiring our residents. When I was in the store, I was talking to a 4th Ward resident. So when Ms. Priestley say that the 4th Ward isn't Florida, that's not really true. You have 4th Ward people that are employed at the store. I asked some more, employees where they live, in terms of residence-wise. A lot of them, they didn't know the ward, but, they expressed, some of them lived in the 5th, there was a few in the 6th, and a handful in the 7th. So I didn't poll everyone, but that just represents how many people that this food market is touching. And so in good faith, I can't say that this is fair because it's not. This body, some people on the body said that if you were to get the 1.5 million, that they would vote for you. They went back on their word. They didn't do it. And that's very unfortunate.
Be respectful.
So, and we have the videotape to prove it. They said that they will support you with $300,000. So I don't want anyone to get up out of their seat and go to the bathroom to avoid the vote. I support you at $300,000 as well as $150,000. And I also support you with my patronage, and so does the 2nd Ward. So thank you so much for believing in us to put that food market over there. But I'll tell you, it begs the question, if this market was in the 8th Ward or the 4th Ward, would they support that? I think they may. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? I'm going to take just a few seconds to dispute what Dr. Lewis said, and that is that I have received more and all negative comments towards this food market. Maybe there are others that do support it, but I have not heard from them. So my vote stands. I have been consistent. Same with Mr. Pfeiffer. We have been standing firm that with no money towards the North Flint food market, we don't
Request
wish
for
you to
information.
fail. What's your request?
You don't remember the meeting where he said he will vote for it if they got money from mine?
No, I don't remember him saying that, but I don't remember everything.
Okay.
He may have said that. I honestly don't remember him saying that. But I've lost my train of thought. I wish you success. I want you to succeed. I really and truly do. I just don't think it should be done on public money. This is the vote to send resolution 250391 to council.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
I abstain for reasons stated before.
Ms. Burns?
No.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
No.
Mr. Jarrett?
I abstain.
Mr. Alamin?
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
The vote is 4 yes, 3 no.
Madam Chair.
2,
Yes, ma'am.
She's got to finish reading this.
unless she wants to change her vote.
No, I want to keep my vote. Thank you. I'm going to amend it after you're finished with the count.
Okay, 4 yes, 3 no, 2 abstentions.
The vote is 4 yes, 3 no, 2 abstentions.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I'd like to amend it to 150,000 for the North Flint Food Market.
There's a motion on the floor by the council. Yes,
Is that not, only main motions can be made? That's the second.
you're right. That is an amendment to this motion.
That's not, that's not a valid motion.
That is correct. You
They've
are
been
correct.
doing it.
Going on.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Put a motion.
I was just about to, I would like to make a motion to reconsider Resolution 250391-T, reallocation of ARPA funds, North Flint Food Market Cooperative.
There's a motion on the floor to reconsider 250391 by this councilwoman in the 7th ward. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by the councilwoman in the 5th ward. Is there any discuss, this is the vote to reconsider.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
I mean, I can reconsider.
I think you can vote
Yes.
for the reconsider.
Yeah, I can reconsider.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
No.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin?
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 2 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 2 no. So this is the, so
Madam Chair.
go ahead.
I would like to make a motion to amend the 300 to 150,000. The 300,000 to 150,000.
We need a main motion first. We need a motion.
I'm sorry, Madam, we're reconsidering it.
We're reconsidering, but now you got to make a motion to send it.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to send 250391-T, reallocation of ARPA funds, North Flint Food Market Cooperative to council.
There's a motion on the floor to send resolution 250391-T to council. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by the councilwoman in the 5th ward.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
That was 6th ward, Madam Chair.
Oh, you're right, 6th ward. Thank you
I
very
would
much.
like to make a motion to amend the amount from 300,000 to 150,000.
There's a motion on the floor to amend the amount from 300,000 to 150,000. Is there support? Support. They're supported by the councilman in the 1st ward. This is the motion, the vote to amend. I don't believe we do
We
discussion
don't
on
discuss,
amendments.
we amend. No discussion.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
I abstain.
Ms. Burns?
Support.
No.
Yes.
Ms.
Yes.
Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
No.
Mr. Jarrett?
I abstain.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
The vote is 4 yes, 2 no, 2 abstentions.
The vote is 4 yes. Whoops, just a second. 4 yes, 2 no, and 2 abstention. That motion fails.
Are you kidding?
So this is now the vote to send back to the main motion, 250391-T to council.
Wait, what?
This is the vote to send it to council as it stands, because the amendment failed.
Yeah, Monday.
So you need to state the amount for the 300,000.
For the 300,000,
1,000.
correct.
Ms. Burns?
No.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
No.
Mr. Jarrett?
I abstain.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. The vote is 3 yes, 3 no, 1 abstention.
The vote is 3 yes, 3 no, and 1 abstention. Going on to the next resolution.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
make a motion to send 250387 to council.
There's a motion on the floor from the councilman in the 8th ward to send 250387 to council. Is there support? Support. Supported by the councilwoman in the 7th ward. Is there any discussion? Go ahead, Ms.
Tyler refused to come.
Is there anyone in the administration who can speak to resolution 250387?
Hi, Laura, can you give me some background on what exactly is going to be happening with these renovations?
So that is the basement, kind of when you walk over by the dome. That's where, what's the department called? now?
Light?
Community development will be housed. No one's operating out of it right now. But they were displaced due to the other renovation and things. Do you have this, was it 14 people? 14 staff members will be in there. So what they're doing there is a lot of cosmetic work. They're also that was very customer service based in there at one point years ago. So there's kind of an area with a now non-functioning, I don't know what you would
So
call
this
it.
doesn't
counter.
say that this was a budgeted expenditure, so was this proposed in the budget, do we know?
Right, so this, the funds to cover this is an existing OFAEC grant that can be used for this from 2021.
Can you
256,100.
tell me what OFAEC means?
I can look it up. Give me a second. I just know the acronyms. Give me.
I'm not familiar with that acronym, so, okay.
Flint Area Enterprise Community. It's from 2021.
And so that's
So
still
it's
active 5
yeah,
years later?
yeah, it is. Yeah.
How do
So
we sit- let me-
I'm just going
This is,
to.
no, this is frustrating to me. Like, this has been in disrepair for years, right? So how in that, I'm not trying not to cuss, how do we sit on funds available for 5 years on something that's been in, and I think there's a story on the Flint Police Department and how their facilities are crap. Like, why are we sitting on funds for 5 years in a grant to get this stuff done? It boggles my mind.
I can't answer what my predecessors decided to do. I can only see that I identified this as a way of doing it now.
How much,
So
Can I have
260,000,
I can't-
260,000 will be coming from that.
and that will zero out that account?
I don't know. I will get that figure
I
to
would, I
you.
would like to know if we have other dollars sitting out there to
Certainly.
take care of these other nonsense
Certainly.
problems that people are working in hazardous conditions.
I will certainly look at that
Okay.
for you.
And,
But do you want more detail of what it's going to do?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you good?
absolutely.
All right,
Sure,
so
sure, sure.
I have it here if you give me a second. So we're looking at electrical upgrades, flooring replacement, replace drop ceiling and lights, window treatment, paint, and then the 14 office workstations.
do we have any asbestos in that area that? or
I don't know. That would be a question for maintenance. I don't know.
Okay.
That would be a question.
I'd be interested to know if we were going to abate any asbestos, because usually with these pipes, we have asbestos. So I'd like to know if we're going to abate it or just do the renovation and
For sure.
not
I
disturb
I
it,
can check on that.
if you would.
I can ask Lee. simply.
Because I want to make sure that if we do asbestos abatement, that they're, whoever does it is properly licensed.
Okay, go ahead.
When we did the bid walkthrough, we are doing carpet squares like this. That's one thing that Lee's working on, is making sure they all kind of look the same. So if something
Yeah.
is spilled or whatever, it's just easily, we have it on, bulk. So that's gonna go over top of the flooring. The rest of it in there is a lot of block wall.
No, so the heating pipes that run through the ceiling for the boiler.
Well, that's got a drop ceiling in it. So I believe the ceiling tiles are being replaced, but I don't know if anything else is gonna be disturbed
Okay.
underneath, I should say, that ceiling tile. So,
So we're just going to carpet tile. If there's asbestos tile below, we're just carpet tiling over top of it.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing will be disturbed in that way. We
Um,
peeled it up and they didn't look like they were 9 by 9. But I
Okay.
mean, that's a corner, right? I mean, you never know in the center until you get in there, but.
Thank you. That is your time. Any other discussion in the first round?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
For you to Mr. Edwards. Mr. Edwards, I had sent the email to have Lee from facilities here.
Mr. Edwards?
And I'm gonna talk, Clyde, while you're walking, because I'm concerned, the buildings are all like the age and the problems are the same issue. And I believe this is the south building, and I believe it flooded too, didn't it? I think the whole, almost every complex, and we've had other issues even throughout, even in the clerk's office where there was mold, black mold that had to be remediated. So is there a reason why Lee isn't here?
Yes, there is. He had a family matter. He had already taken the time and everything to be off today for his family situation. But he's aware of those situations and has had all of these various locations tested, air quality testing, as well as looking at what those situations are in terms of repair. Yeah, we're working through it. I mean, that's the best way to tell you, is that we have such a number of issues with this old historical complex that we're working through them as fast as we can.
So, and that's one of the things why I wanted Lee to be here, because when I started with you in 2019, these issues were still here. And it's serious with people as they're working and sending pictures and meeting, that people want to be heard. If you're working and you're sitting there for 8 hours, and that's I think this is in the south building, that you're working in mildew, molded areas, the ceiling tiles, where above the ceiling tiles, the asbestos has been disturbed. Because we don't have, going through 4 emergency managers, the upkeep wasn't important to emergency management at all of the buildings. And so I would like to speak with Lee to actually know, and has he seen, and I think that's something we all should, because it's not just this building, it's actually all of them. It's all of them. And so assessing the issues, because one thing is what I'm hearing is people who work after retirement, and when asbestos is disturbed, it can be 10, 20, 30 years later with the microscopic fibers that people are developing cancer. And we know that those fibers, when disturbed, get into your lungs and they're inhaled. So I'm gonna let my other colleagues ask questions and to see, but I know not just here, but with the police station. And I also wanted to know, or do you know, where is he at with the police department, with the ladies' locker room? That's been bid 4 times, I'm told.
I think at this point, I don't know exactly where he's at, but I
Okay.
will put in as a caveat that as we are moving towards the budgetary process, that you keep these aspects in mind, that, his budget is not a very big budget
Right.
when you talk about facilities management. So that is a conversation that certainly one can have with the CFO. And so I would say to council, keep in mind this very issue when you
And
see
I
an
get that with-
inflated facility
Right.
budget.
I get that 100%. So if we have to take money to allocate to improve these buildings, which are in poor repair, emergency management did not care. And so when people are saying, I'm sitting at my desk and a big chunk of cement fell down in the police department, I'm concerned. The women in the police department, that whole part, when women first were allowed to be police officers, it has not had one upgrade. Not one. The toilets overflow, the sinks, it's a mess. And it's nasty. And the women don't want to stay here and work. They don't. The men's has been upgraded, but not the ladies. And if you are a female, females go through different type of things that, you're afraid to flush the toilet. So there are some things that I want to speak to Lee, and I'm gonna let my colleagues, but at the end, I'm gonna send it to Special Affairs. I hope you can have Lee here, because we need to address, no one wants to sit in a room where they have a fan on and the carpet is soggy. They don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And tell them if it's somebody's home, they're gonna rip it up and throw it out. And so we need to make sure that when they're working here, that at least you can breathe the air, you can feel comfortable. You don't have to look up and see a rusted pipe with asbestos that is wrapped with that has been disturbed.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Last call. Any discussion in the second round?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I would like to make a motion to send this to Special Affairs. Are you
There's
okay
a
with
motion
that?
on the floor by the Councilwoman in the 6th Ward to send to Special Affairs. Is there support? Supported by the Councilman in the 8th Ward. This is the vote to send Resolution 250387 to Special Affairs.
Ms. Mashat? Yes. Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
The vote is 9 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 9 yes, 0 no, though that resolution would be sent to Special Affairs. Let's see if Lee can be there for that discussion. All right, the next resolution is 250388, Metron Front Barnier, for purchase of water meters for the Water Service Center.
Actually, Madam Chair,
Yes.
I would actually like to make a motion to reconsider Resolution 250391-T.
There's a motion on the floor to reconsider 250391T.
Support.
Let me go back to my notes. Supported by the Councilwoman in the 6th Ward. This is the vote to reconsider.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
No.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Excuse me, Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
And the vote is 7 yes, 2 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 2 no. Now I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to send Resolution 250391-T to council.
There's a motion on the floor to send 250391-T to council. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the amount from 300,000 to 150,000.
There's a motion on the floor to amend the dollar amount from 300,000 to 150,000. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by the councilwoman in the 5th Ward. This is the vote to amend.
It's 6th.
6th Ward. Why do I keep saying 5th Ward? I'm so sorry.
Mr. Jarrett?
I abstain.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
I abstain.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
No.
Excuse me, the vote is 5 yes, 2 no, 2 abstentions.
The vote is 5 yes, 2 no, 2 abstentions. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair, could you please state that the amendment passed?
The amendment passed, sorry, yes.
Thank you.
So this is to send the amended resolution of $150,000 to council.
Madam Chair, it becomes 250391.1, correct?
Correct.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
And this is there any discussion on
Point of
this?
order.
What is your
There
point?
needs to be a motion to send the amended motion.
Correct.
Correct.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I make a motion to send Resolution 250391.1-T to council.
There's a motion on the floor and supported by the 7th Ward, supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward, to send the amended resolution 250391.1T to council. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? This is the vote to send 250391.12T to council.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
I abstain, reasons stated before.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Machap?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
No.
Mr. Jarrett?
I abstain.
The vote is 5 yes, 2 no, 2 abstentions.
The vote is 5 yes, 2 no, and 2 abstentions. That will go to council.
Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
make a motion to send 250388 to council.
There's a motion on the floor to send wait a minute. Yep. 250388 to council by the councilman in the 8th Ward. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward. Any discussion?
That was me who separated it.
You separated it?
Yes, ma'am. May I have the floor?
Yes, you may.
Thank you very much. I just need just a quick, I just want on the record explanation, overview of what this is. Is there someone from the administration that can come speak to this really quickly?
Yes. Come forward, please.
So good evening, council. My name is Howard Hudson, the new supervisor for the Water Service Center.
Welcome. What's your first name?
Howard.
Howard.
Thank you, Mr. Hudson. Very nice to meet you in this particular arena, I should say. I just needed a really quick overview about the water service, about the meters and what's going on there with the water service center.
So.
Can you speak into your mic, please?
It's hard, you gotta reach.
So currently the meters we're using are the Badger meters. And we wanted to move to these Metrons. We currently have some Metrons, but the Badgers are unreliable. They're failing and they're hard to read. They're on the AT&T network where the Metrons are on the Verizon network, and we think that they're a little bit better at reading and easier for us to read.
So you're just switching networks?
No, we're
No.
switching meters.
You're switching the meters, right?
The
And you-
Badgers are on one network and the Metrons are on another network.
All right, thank you. That's all I needed from this. I just wanted to gain an understanding of what was happening there. I yield.
Madam Chair. So, this resolution says that this is for an emergency purchase to purchase 190 of them. Is that true? Or is this, because this is $3,000 a meter, that's how much we're paying? Or is this resolution wrong?
No. No, they are that expensive, the water meters.
So water meters, a $3,000, a meter's $3,000.
And yes,
So, I mean, explain the ROI on that. I mean, how do we have a $3,000 meter? I mean, you're talking 3 years to recoup just the cost of the meter of water running through it. How does that make sense?
well, I'm not going to say that makes sense, but that's what they cost. The Badger meters cost more than that.
But so if the Badger meters aren't working, why aren't we going to Badger and saying, fix them?
We
I mean,
have went to Badger and they have.
Because, no offense, because we have $500,000 resolutions for water meters. It seems every other month. I know it's not that often, but you're new here, but we have water meter resolutions that come before us for $500,000 on a regular basis. So like, how are we going through them that fast? Why are we not calling warranty on them or whatever else? Like, and if this is $3,000 a meter, this doesn't seem like it's sustainable when our water department is 20 million plus in deficit. But we want to spend $3,000 on a meter? Like, even if somebody did pay their bill, it's gonna take 3 years for us to just pay the water meter off. I don't, and maybe there's no question there, but to me, it doesn't make one lick of sense, and it makes even more sense now why we're $20+ million in deficit.
Well, I think we're in the deficit because we're not collecting money owed to us.
Even if we paid, I mean, we're making $3,000 meter purchases that have a 3+ year ROI, but it seems like we're replacing them before we get the ROI out of them. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, Badger isn't keeping up with their end of the bargain. We try our best to find out why the Badger
So why aren't we
meters are failing.
contacting the law department to sue the shit out of them? Because they have to be under warranty and we have to have something from them. I'm like, is there a 90-day warranty and then we're screwed? I don't know what, to me, we're not looking at all the avenues that we can do. We're throwing money at the problem.
So we've sent, so let's just say we have our Badger meters. We'll send our Badger meters back to Badger
Okay,
at our cost of flying them, shipping them out.
sure.
They'll test them.
Jiggy, can you speak in? Yeah.
We'll ship our Badger meters out.
Yep.
They'll test them. They'll send them back and say that everything is fine. So it's like we keep going through a seesaw with them, and it's brutal trying to deal with Badger.
But why don't we have any repercussions towards them if we've bought a product and, you know, I gotta imagine any other meter, any plumbing device has probably a 5-year warranty on it. I don't know what the warranty on these particular ones are, but why aren't we, if they are not executing per their warranty, why aren't the legal department going after them and we just say, throwing our hands up and we'll just go to somebody else and spend even more money?
Well, that would be a question I would have to work with the city attorney with.
I mean, at some point we have to right the ship on the $20+ million. And I'm not coming down on you. I know it sounds like it's just frustration of how we're not doing anything to try to fix the problem. And to me, this resolution, while it comes before us, I'm sure with good intentions, it just exacerbates our problem. Because when these ones don't perform or they don't execute to their warranty, when we send them back in another year, we're going to be replacing Metron. Well, now Badger will come back around. We're now going to replace Metron with Badger again. Like, it's frustrating. And I apologize for my tone, but it's getting ridiculous with these meters. I yield.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So, Mr. Hudson, what is your position again?
The Water Service Center, Water Department Supervisor. I replaced Paul
Oh, okay.
Simpson.
Look, I get that part. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But which position, was he interim for something after he retired, he came back?
Yes, he's on an interim basis. Paul is on an interim basis.
So who's our DPW now? Manager? Who's the old Rob Benzic? Who's the new Rob Benzic? That was and Mike Brown.
We don't have
So we don't have one. I just wanted to put that on the record. Thank you.
on our end.
Okay, so the Badger system was paid for by WIN funds. It was a $9.2 million system. It was prepaid for 10 years where the communication would go to your house and read your meter and tell you how much water usage. So are you saying that it's not properly functioning?
Yes, ma'am. It's not. It's not.
And it goes by cell tower. So when that truck goes up and down your street, it's supposed to send that signal. And when it transmit it, my area has very poor, the broadband is terrible. It is. And so the meters, I know during COVID time, I had to let someone in to change the meter, which is supposed to be a newer meter. What was that, 22 maybe? 21, 22. And so here is my thing. The Badger is supposed to be the Cadillac of the systems. It's supposed to be the best system. You have the Badger app. Is it that we don't know how to work the system? You know, it is supposed to, and I've asked Mr. Moore before, and you weren't here, Mr. Hudson.
Yes, ma'am.
And how much is our water leakage that we're using? That system tells you that. You can follow it and keep track of it even on your own phone, but I have the app on my phone, one of my phones, not my personal, because I don't have room for app on that one, but I have that. And so I don't know if it's the usage, because people state in other municipalities, it is the best system. Do we know how to operate this system?
I have every confidence in Curtis, our meter supervisor, or our meter foreman. He does a great job, and he's well knowledgeable about the system.
So how much of our water are we losing in leakage?
To water mains and
Through everything, how much water just goes into?
yeah, I would have to.
The
I would have to
Badger,
dig
the
in.
Badger system should tell you that. They should have trained, that is such a good system, and I have researched it, I think, and other people. And so I think that if we get a system that we don't know how to utilize it, then it may not, I'm the one that you're asking, because we're gonna have to change out everything, am I correct, at some point in time? If we're switching,
No, we just switch, all you switching is the meter.
and how many meters total we're gonna have to eventually switch out?
Well, there's some of the Metrons already in the system. We use the Metrons currently along with the Badgers.
So how many are we gonna have, do we know how many of the Badgers we're going to have to change out?
We don't have that number.
We don't have that
precise
number. So, does anybody use the app, the Badger app, the water? I think it's on one of these. Do you? Yeah. And if you look on it, I think like less than 5% of people are registered to use that in the entire city of Flint. Also, I think it was with the RAP program, that if we know that people, with you monitoring it, say like you have leakage or you have a leaky faucet toilet, that part of the RAP program was supposed to come in and say, hey, you have a leaky toilet, let us look at your toilet. And then there was money to replace your toilet or your kitchen faucet, so that people aren't getting these exorbitant amounts of, because we should know when the leakage. Someone should be able to say, hey, we got a leakage over here on such and such. You know, we should be able to detect that. And I know with this system we are.
Now with the meters, you're correct. It will detect leaks within the house.
Yeah, but no one's letting people know usually. And also the RAP program would come in to say, hey, you got a leak here. You know, we need to, get your toilet replaced, or we need to do these certain things to help homeowners to be efficient. This right here, and you're asked, is this out of my time is gonna be up, and I'm gonna finish reading while my
In
colleague-
fairness, the Metron system, it also
That's my
detects
time,
leaks.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Thank
Hudson.
you. Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Any discussion
Yeah.
in the second?
Oh.
Oh, you want, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just, I'm looking at this app. So,
I didn't even know there was one.
it's called Ion Water or something like that. Madam Chair, through you to,
Go ahead.
Mr.
Hudson.
Hudson and Jiggy. So, wait a minute, are you saying that the meters that you just installed in all of the residents' homes, they are not working accurately?
I wouldn't say all of them. I'd say a number of them are failing. We're regularly changing the Badgers out, and we need more Metrons to change the Badgers out.
We just got them. When did we get those meters?
Point of information, I got mine installed during COVID.
Yeah, I did too. I mean,
And we're sending the Badger meters back to Badger, and they're not telling us what the problem is. They just send them back and say they're fine. But we're finding the batteries are dying, and they're supposed to be like a 25-year
so
battery.
do we have a warranty? We gotta have a warranty or something. Something, I mean, I agree with Councilman Pfeiffer. This doesn't make sense that we're getting ready to spend out more money to replace the meters, but we haven't done everything that we need to do to make them accountable.
Yes, ma'am, I understand what you're saying completely, and I will look into the warranty on that. I don't believe it's a 10-year warranty with that system, but I will look it up, and I can get back with you and let you know, as long as well as you,
Yeah,
Ms.
I'm looking at my app right now. It doesn't, mine says no leaks detected. It's telling me that my usage probably went up a little bit this last week or so. But your usage is up. Yeah, I don't know if this is not working. But I would say, I'm not going to support this tonight because I would say we need to look into some other things and maybe get with the legal department and see what we can do to make Badger accountable. Thank you.
Any other discussion in the first round?
Madam Chair.
This is the first round still.
Oh.
I allowed her to speak in the first round. Seeing none, this is the discussion in the second round. Go ahead, Ms.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just really quickly, how urgent is this that's before us?
This is funding for next year. So, I mean, I would say it's.
So the reason that
urgent
question matters is because there's a difference between if this stays here, if this goes to special affairs. So I ask you again, how urgent is this request before us?
This is an urgent.
So I tell you what, I'm gonna make an amended motion to give you an opportunity for y'all to figure this out by Monday. And I guess if we don't have it figured out by Monday, we'll be right back in this committee. Madam Chair, I'd like to make an amended motion to send this to special affairs.
It's a motion on the floor by the Councilwoman in the 7th Ward to send resolution 250388 to special affairs, supported by the Councilman in the 1st Ward. This is the vote to send special affairs.
Thank you. We're good. Thank you.
Dr. Lewis,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson? Yes. Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Vote is 9 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 9 yes, 0 no. The next, the next one is 250389, grant extension budget amendment, 2022 VGAA fiscal year 2022 Office of Justice Programs, Community-Based Violence Intervention and Prevention Incentive through September 30th, 2026. Oh my gosh, that was a tongue twister. I'll entertain a motion. Go ahead. It's a motion on the floor from the Councilwoman in the 7th Ward to send 250389 to council, and it's been supported by the Councilman in the 1st Ward. Is there any discussion?
Oh, no, you go first.
Usually customarily, the person who made the separation, you want to go ahead and yield that?
She can, yeah, she
Okay.
can go. first.
Madam
ahead.
Chair,
Go ahead.
I just, is there someone from the administration that could speak to this? Just got a couple of questions here.
2 of them. Come on up.
Special. Thank you. And as you come, I'm just going to, and again, the thing that I'm asking is one for the record. Obviously, we have agendas for those in the back, but everyone at home does not have an agenda. So there are people that are watching. Could you speak to this grant extension budget amendment that you're asking for?
Yeah, so, basically, it's an extension, it's a year extension on the grant. The grant was applied for just over 3 years ago, and the resolution at the times that was approved by council spoke to a timeline of 3 years, and the be it resolved portion.
How much was that original grant for?
1.5.
1.5? And again, this is for community-based violence intervention and prevention initiatives. How much do we have left?
So we have $748,502.64.
And you said 1.5, we started with 1.5, and we have 700 left, just over 700? Okay. What are some of the things that the funding has been spent on so far?
So there's been small grants that's been given out to some of the organizations that comes to our community safety collaborative that's doing the boots on the ground work. So, and that's been about 250,000.
250,000 in small grants? And I assume you have a list of the organizations and the work that they've done with that money as well. Is there a way that we could get a copy of that? And so with the other funding, so you said 250, so with the other funding, what has that been spent on?
The remaining?
I just say it's staff. There's a team that is paid out of this.
There's a team that's paid out of this? Okay. How many people on the team?
There is 4.
4 people on the team? All right. And then I know that there was recently some more community intervention money, correct? Did we apply for that? We did apply?
Yes.
Do you know how soon we'll hear back? I'm really excited that we applied.
So with the recent shutdown, it's been a little pushback. So I'm pretty sure probably about another 2 to 3 weeks at least.
Another 2 to 3 weeks before we hear. What amount did we apply for?
$2 million.
We applied for $2 million?
Yes.
And so when that comes before us, because obviously this had a timeline on it, when that comes before us, are we going to do something different than a timeline just so you don't have to come back for an extension, or how will that be different?
So for the new grant opportunity, it'll be 4 years. So this one was 36 months, the new one will be 48 months.
Mhm.
And that's because the DOJ, they had time to like reevaluate the program, and they realized like 3 years is not efficient to implement this program.
And so what's the amount again that you said is left?
About 748.
748. And is there a plan for the remaining dollars?
Yes, so majority of it, 450,000 will be allocated to the organizations that's doing community violence intervention work. And then the rest will be staffing.
Seamus.
Okay.
So last year, before the new administration and main administration came in, we had put out an RFP for proposal for our new mini grants. We were doing it each year. We got a bunch of applications in. Now with the new Trump administration, they changed some of the parameters around the funding eligibility requirements. So we did do an RFP back then. A lot of entities applied. We went through an application process, and we found out that we weren't allowed to fund some of those entities.
Got it.
So that we had to slow everything down with spending. So now we went and put in, based on the new guidelines, put another RFP out for proposals.
So
to do
there
the
is
work.
currently an RFP out?
There was one out.
There was one
Yeah,
out.
it closed.
Okay, and so with the remaining money that that's not going to go toward those RFP services, what's the plan for the remaining money? Because I know you said it's about 400 and something for the RFP, so the remaining 200 and some change, what's the plan?
So that'll be for staffing and then any other professional services. We also have an evaluation team, which is Michigan State University. So they'll also have a portion of those funds.
And so with the new funding that we just applied for, should we get that grant, are we going to do another RFP process? And if so, how will people know about it? And if we're not going to do an RFP process, is there something that we're going to do a carve out for, so we do some sort of community violence intervention that it doesn't necessarily, and I do want it to still go to grassroots though.
So the new one will be specific to youth and parents and caregivers. So it'll be like procurement contracts specifically with like schools, different software agencies. And
Thank
those
you.
things.
Any other discussion in the first round?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
So what was the year? Was it 22?
Yes.
And so on this, it states that whereas the CVIPI seeks implement evidence-informed strategies to reduce and prevent violent crime in the city of Flint, including efforts to address gang violence, gun violence based on partnership with community residents, local government agencies, victim service providers, community-based organizations, law enforcement, hospitals, researchers, and other community stakeholders. So what have we done with gang violence? We have a gang violence problem. Last year, 10 children were shot, 6 fatal in the city of Flint. Why are we holding on to this money? And who's being, whose department is being? And and who are the people being paid out of this money?
So when you say who's being paid, are you speaking to positions?
Listen, see, they don't really see. Y'all don't hear them, but they got a list of people. What departments are being paid out of
So
it?
we have a whole CVI PI department, which is Community Violence Intervention and Prevention. So
Who
we
is
have
that?
our program director, I'm the program director, and then we have our community liaison, we have our finance coordinator, and we have our chief resilience officer. That's also
So
being
who are
paid.
those people? I didn't know we had this.
So I'm the program director.
You're the, okay, and then
Yeah.
who's under, I thought you were business.
No.
Are you researching dental implants?
It's the tongue, yeah, burn show.